All right, PKN 322. We were just talking about playing Vermintide tonight. Kyle, what is it that you wanted to let us know? Go ahead.
You had something to dispel.
Well, you thought that you were getting left behind because your character was slower than everyone else's.
Go on.
But all the characters had the exact same speed.
That is not true.
It is.
It is not, though.
I promise you it is.
I promise you, I was walking there.
How sure?
People were walking right
like
past me. Nothing. People were walking right past me, and
you actually had the
I didn't know
fastest
this.
character in that lobby.
So wait, all the characters are the same speed, but my character is the fastest. Is it because of his lunge?
That gives your character like plus 5% speed, and none of us would use that because it's kind of off meta.
Off meta.
Okay. You think
so
all like we've tested it. We've all been like I played the dwarf like for a night because a bunch of people had like low characters, so I wasn't going to play my high character with them. It didn't seem cool.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, all right, let's all walk together. And like, we're all like pacing, like step in step, like walking infinitely. Jumping doesn't change your speed either.
I thought there would be at least a little difference between like the Slayer and the tank dwarf, you know? Maybe it's just the animation because the Slayer dwarf always seems like he is booking it.
He's got like an attack animation that like moves him forward real quickly when he's actually attacking, not a special ability.
That's what I've been seeing. You know, there are Slayer players who will just run around and attack the entire time because I think that's faster.
They get a little boost forward when they're on like the third swing of their axe.
The dwarf
some of the characters
super
like,
fast.
The Slayer one we're talking about, the Slayer guy with the no shirt.
The dwarfs. Yeah. There are YouTube videos of that guy not even fighting, just using his super speed to get to the end of the map, and he hardly gets any kills, but he beats the highest difficulty.
Yeah, we did some speed runs last night. We like equipped all of our characters for like to give them their boost so they could like warp forward or like go invisible or invulnerable and stuff, and try to just run through all the enemies and get to the end. And that worked a couple of times, but there's a few parts on.
That'd be fun to try. I'll give that a go tonight if we do it. I haven't done one of those yet.
Well, the problem is there's a few parts of the map where it's like it puts up this green fire, and it's like, no, you can't go through this until you beat this boss. And we're all equipped for speed running, not fighting anymore. So the boss just whomps us.
Oh, that Chaos Lord on that rat map. Are you talking about?
We don't have a problem with bosses anymore. It's the Chaos Spawn, that big pink googly monster with the tentacles. Like he's honestly the biggest problem we have in the game anymore.
Yeah, they're a lot more annoying than the rat ogres. The rat ogres are pretty easy, it seems like.
You can lock those into an animation and just cheese them out.
I'm glad that you've once again taken the initiative to learn everything about the game, so we don't have to.
You wait till they do their overhand double smash down,
yes,
and you time it just right. You dash backwards, and then once he's landed it, you dash forward, hit him, and then he's going to do another one. So you just dash backwards and dodge it, dash forward and hit him, and you repeat that process.
I've seen that on YouTube. Yeah, but I didn't think it was easy to pull off. It sounds like you've got the knack for it.
I wouldn't say I got the knack. See, the only thing that if I'm soloing him, I can, but the problem is that he aggroes on whoever's doing the most damage to him. So if your buddy back there does his ult like magic, like Mitty has this character called the Grail Knight, the DLC he bought, and his sword when he does his ult like glows golden, like it illuminates the whole area around him, like he's got the fucking hand of God. And like does this 3,000 damage, fucking not more than 3 because my bow does 3. I don't know. It's like 10,000 or something. Like it takes a third of their health away. And when that happens, he's like, he doesn't care about me anymore. He goes for Mitty, or if somebody's shooting him with a bow or something. It's whoever's doing the most damage is who he zeroes in on, seemingly.
Are you beating heroic pretty consistently now?
I get the levels mixed
50-50.
up, so it's.
Heroic is the one after veteran,
heroic, and then champion.
Probably. I haven't even played heroic yet. I've only gone veteran.
We beat champion pretty consistently. If everybody has the same level, if everybody's the same level as me, legend is the second highest difficulty, and we've only beaten that once or twice.
Isn't the highest difficulty like
cataclysm?
You don't pick up any health, and everybody's mad at you. And they hit really hard.
Everything.
Because I remember reading the descriptions of all the levels of difficulty, and I like the way they do it. Like veterans, like the enemies are tough, they're mad, and they swing hard. And you get up one, and it's like the enemies are very tough, they're very mad and they swing very hard. And you get up to the tippity top one. It's like, the enemies are furious. They are so mad at you, and they will let you know every time. They will charge fast.
You have to play with paper cuts between your fingers now. Yeah.
So there is no heroic, according to the wiki. It goes recruit, veteran, champion, legend, cataclysm. But I thought there was
there is no heroic. I don't know why that's in my head.
Then champion is what I was
imagining.
Or
whoever said it.
I said that. That was my bad.
Yeah, we beat. I'm sorry. Help me, Woody. What's between? Is it champion between veteran and legend? Right.
Right.
Yeah, we beat champion pretty easily now. Like if we're all the same level and we don't fuck around and don't talk, we just like.
Meaning
focus.
like you're all 35 plus.
Not like 30,
35,
30 plus.
30 plus.
I'm like a level 50 or 60 now. Like it doesn't even count anymore. It just says 35 plus 18 or something, which is
Does that even help you? Because I've got 35 plus 1 or 2.
Yeah.
Oh, it gives you stat bonuses still?
It's increasing your hero power, which is another stat they don't really explain very well, but it's that big 3-digit number when you press I on the top left.
What does
corner.
it mean?
It's how strong anything and everything you're going to do. It's some sort of, I don't know the math. There's a lot of math in the game, but it's some sort of a multiplier for everything that you do in game. So
what is your
they
heroic?
recommend that you be.
What's your level?
Pardon?
Do you know what your number is?
600.
Okay.
Something like right at 600, maybe mine's 590, maybe 600.
I think mine's lower 5s, like 530.
Yeah.
My guys in the higher 5s.
You really need to be like 650 to fuck around in Legend. Like everybody needs to like be like 650 to fuck around in Legend.
Well, then we won't be doing that.
No, I wouldn't recommend that at all. I'd recommend that we play either veteran or whatever's above veteran that I'm spaced out on again.
I want to do a little grinding for some good loot.
Well, that's not going to happen. See, that's what we've been trying to do. That's why we've been trying to play Legend. The loot is capped off. We can't get red weapons until we beat Legend and get all of the chests.
So you get the best.
Then we've got like a 5% chance each of getting a red weapon.
So basically, there's no if you're grinding for loot and chests, there's no point in going to champion over veteran because you're going to get the same loot in both of those. You have to jump all the way to the top.
I'd have to look at where the caps are for the chest because it says it when you select it, or one of us has looked it up, but I think it might be 300 weapon power, whatever the fuck that means.
Veteran and champion are both 300.
Yeah,
it's only recruit. That's
so I don't even. I've been told that there is a better chance of getting stuff if we play champions because that's why we've been playing champion. But Legend is just a goddamn nightmare. I mean, some of the maps we don't make it more than 90 seconds in.
That doesn't sound fun.
It's really challenging. We all got real pissed off the other night. Like somebody joined and they were like, "Hey, do anyone want to play any code names?" And like 3 of us were all like, "Shut the fuck up. We're focusing here. What the fuck are you coming in here talking about fucking code names for? Can you not see what we're doing here? We're working. We're working. I'm on the clock."
That's
we got to grind 60
hours. We were
hours.
all pissed off. We had died.
Are you still only doing the wood elf for the most part, or are you like secondarily leveling up for?
I'm just playing the wood elf. For us to win, I have to play the wood elf. Someone has to play a high level dwarf, and someone really needs to play a character who has a very powerful like overhand swing to deal with the chaos knights that you're going to run into. Because at champion level, I cannot deal with chaos knights anymore. Not in multiples. I can deal with 1, no problem. But if there's 3 plus a horde, I can't deal with that. So we've got to have a guy who can just like 2-hit the chaos
crowd
knights.
Control guy.
Well, I'm crowd control. I can.
That makes sense.
I got 1,000 kills one game. Like just thinning the crowd while they deal with the and the specials. My thing is kind of like thinning the crowd and dealing with all the specials.
The zealot guy does a good job with the flail against those rats, the red rats with the iron helmets. Because like 1 in every 2 or 3 of his hits are just over
the guy
top.
with the flail is very important. He's kind of a key to most of our wins. It seems like because he's good at almost everything. He's except for dealing with the specials. Because he gives up. I want to say he gives up his ranged weapon, and so does Mitty when he's got his Grail Knight with the crazy magical sword. But
the zealot guy has ranged weapon. Like he can fuck around with ranged. He gets like crossbows and the dual pistols.
I think our guy was doing something where he had like a flail and a sword in one in each hand or something. And
he has one setup that's a hand axe and a sword, and it's just like double armor piercing damage. I like to flail a little more though, because you can just wind that up and like take out 6 people. It seems you get like Witch King, whole crowds of people. Speaking of which, of gaming and Lord of the Rings that just came up totally organically, is I bought Lord of the Rings Battle for Middle Earth 2, a used version off Amazon, because you can't buy it anywhere. Like, you only get physical copies of this shit, and it arrived today, and I'm so excited to get this downloaded.
Is it multiplayer?
Yeah, it is multiplayer. It's like such a hurdle to get. It was like $50, and that was the cheapest one used in quote good condition.
Holy shit, this one's 150.
Yeah, but that's Battle for Middle Earth 2 plus Rise of the Witch King, and I was like, I'm not paying 160 for both of those. I'll just get Battle for Middle Earth 2, and I'll try and find Rise of the Witch King, the expansion.
Is it an RTS or what?
It's an RTS game where it's a bunch of, you would love it. This game,
yes, you say.
I got so fucking into it, and so you can basically, I think there is the elves, Gondor, and the dwarves on the good faction side, or you can be goblins, Isengard, or Mordor, and so like. It's similar to Age of Mythology, and I haven't played this in so fucking long, so this is memory from 16 years ago. And basically, like the goblins were like the Zerg Rush, basically like really strong early game, just fucking try and pummel them. Meanwhile, like Mordor, super shitty early game, but by the end of it, if you survived, you've got hordes of like armored trolls doing ludicrous amounts of damage that they just can't stop you. I think you can get the Mumakil, like those big elephants in a couple. And if you get Rise of the Witch King, you get to a point where you can summon Sauron if you're playing one of the bad guys. And once you summon Sauron, it's like almost like a Titan. Remember from mythology? Except it's the same thing as the beginning of Lord of the Rings, where like you can zoom in on him and you hear like the
just killing crowds of people.
Killing crowds of people.
So I haven't bought a PC game, like a hard copy, in like a really long time. Don't they come with a key that's required to like activate it? Like, I don't even have a CD-ROM. Wait a minute, never mind. I don't have a CD-ROM.
I know. I bought an external CD-ROM.
Oh, you're kidding me. This has turned into a rather expensive video game to play.
I know, but I really wanted to. It was like $60 for the external CD-ROM, and then
who are you going to play with?
I mean, if I have to play alone, I will. It's just shit. It'll be fun. It'll be fun.
I'll look into the cost of an external. How much was the external CD-ROM?
It was like $50, or maybe like $45.
We're talking about like a $200 venture here.
No, I bought the $48 Rise, not Rise,
so
the one without Rise of the Witch King. So it's $100 venture for this game from I think 2004. 2005, but it was a really good RTS game. That's why there's still posts on Reddit in like 2020 being like, anybody know how to get this game? And it's like, and I was watching some YouTube video, and some guy's like, oh, hello, everyone. Welcome to my 47-minute video of all 75 files you need to compile your own version of Battle for Middle Earth. And I'm like, Amazon, please.
Wait, do you have a link to that Dutch guy? Because I can compile files.
No, it was such an ordeal the way he was making it sound. He's like, and don't be intimidated. In just an hour and a half, you two will be attentive the way to playing the first version of the game. Are you also unemployed? You have nothing to do? It's like I got things to do. I can't do that.
Are you also unemployed?
I was doing this at like 3 p.m. yesterday, and I was like, I don't have time to do this. But yeah, I'm looking forward to getting that installed and playing it. That should be fun.
A big news came out from Fat Shark, who's the developer of Vermintide, 3 days ago. Their next game is going to be Warhammer 40K, essentially Vermintide. You're going to be like one of like 4 like Space Marine type guys, like not the giant armored guys, but like sort of like foot soldiers. It's going to be class based, and you're going to be like dealing with like an infected hive.
That's sick.
In the 40K universe. So it'll be just like Vermintide, except first person shooter with melee as well.
When's it coming out?
2021, next year.
That'll be fun. I'm glad you turned us on to this game, Woody. Vermintide's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
It's a really good game.
Kyle, you wanted to tell me why the fire character was the worst, because ranged weapons seem really attractive to me. Why is she bad?
She has the coolest looking attacks. I will say that, if that means anything.
Like the only things that are good for her are her healing. She has an ability to, like, when she heals, it heals everyone around her a little bit. So that's really crucial when we're getting the grimoires. And so when you pick up these, there's 2 books in every map. You pick them up and it halves your health each time, your potential health. So when we've got both of them picked up, we've got like the slither of health, like 25% of normal. So her passive healing is huge. Her ability to, like, when she heals herself, it heals everyone around her. That's a big deal because health is also rare in those higher levels. And then she can also throw this bomb at the ground that damages you 1 XP but gives you like 30 XP of temporary health, which is huge in like a big horde fight. But the range stuff is fine, but she doesn't do as ranged as well as I do, and she doesn't do melee as well as anyone else. So she's constantly like this, like, I don't know, she's like best of nothing kind of character. Like she's good at a few things, but not great at anything.
Well, then what would
the fire attacks are so fucking annoying, blinding everybody, just bombs going off. Oh, and she overheats. I don't know exactly how this mechanic works because I've never played her, but our fire mage, who is I don't know, level 35, he's played many, many hours. He's constantly overheating and exploding and killing himself. He's like, I need to vent. Find me a boss. I need to vent. And I'm like, the fuck are you talking about? He's like, too late. And he's dead.
He's just dead.
The only category I could lead in, because you're getting like the most kills, most damage. Taylor would get most melees. I just got most revised by picking up our fire mage all the time.
Hey, take what you can get. Oh, look who's the team player. See, throw that around that team. So, Kyle, what's the 4? You know, the group of 4.
I feel so. I feel like at the top level, the people who play Cataclysm, they use the Wraith instead of the elf that I'm using. But I can't use that Wraith. Wraith, I have had a lot of trouble with that.
So the Wraith, to the viewers, has a special power where she can like become a ghost, walk through hordes of people without being disturbed, and then attack from that new spot. So when you're dealing with a big bad guy or horde of people, you suddenly sort of pop up on the direction they're not looking, get a few attacks. And that Wraith ability recharges when you attack. So the meta is hit, disappear, come around from behind, hit. Now you recharge, you can do it again. Disappear, come from behind, hit. Now you're recharged. And you just repeat that. I'm not saying I can do it, but I've seen it on YouTube a whole bunch. And it looks OP, but I guess it's hard.
Yeah. The problem is if I'm doing that, then there's nobody to thin the herd. Like it's one thing to fight because the pink fucking rats are no big deal. You can fight an infinite number of those.
They never take the team down.
The problem is when you're fighting those plus like 12 storm vermin with halberds and like 4 plague monks and all the specials swarming around. And my character can I'll get like 50 fucking special kills a game. I'm killing all the specials and I'm killing all the pink rats. And so everybody else can kind of focus on doing their armor piercing damage, which is where I'm weakest at. But when I play the Wraith, then I'm kind of with them trying to take on the storm vermin and stuff. And the next thing, everybody's like, what level are we playing on? Why are there so many? And I'm like, because I'm not getting 1,000 kills this game, killing. Like I literally got 1,000 kills one game because and that's 1,000 people that nobody else even had to see.
Because you're bringing a gun to a knife fight, right? Your character has seemingly endless arrows. And from range, she just wrecks people. Not good at armor, I guess. But those unarmored pink guys, my character,
I one-shot them, and I try to line them up, so I 5-shot them. Like one shot, I'll kill 5 of them at a time. It's great.
Which armored pink
character? He's talking about our armored pink guys. I'm not sure, but
I'm talking about the storm vermin, the black rats, the ones that show up with a shield and either a halberd or a big long sword, and they show up in numbers, and they are armored and. They're like a medium tier.
You've heard him. Yeah. What was I going to say? My guy has a gun that does tremendous damage. If you have like a rat ogre or something, like it does 5,000 a shot. But at 16 shots, you run out in a hurry. You can't use that for crowd thinning.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
your character just regenerates ammunition as you kill people, right?
There's some ways to make it do that, but I'm giving up way too much if I'm doing that. The main thing that I use to get more ammo is every time I kill a special with my special ability, I get 30 arrows. So I try to be the one that's killing all the specials. Like every time I hear one, I'm searching it out to get more arrows.
Which is huge, right? Like when you think about what ruins the team, right? What makes things really fall apart? One of the worst things that can happen is a special drags a teammate away, right? Now we've got a whole new problem. We have to get ourselves over to that guy, maybe have to revive you. Like it takes out
that storm, the one that makes that fucking green whirlwind.
Yep.
I hate that guy.
Oh, that's the worst.
Yeah.
Especially when you fly out of it and then you're just in a chasm somewhere else.
Because every character's kind of OP compared to any one of the other guys. But if you drag one character away and put them in a crowd, now we've lost two people because Kyle's rescuing whoever, and that whoever's not helping, and specials and your raid.
Yeah, I try. I'm mostly on special detail and clearing the long lines of hordes that come. But we found that if we pick up the pace and we don't dawdle, we don't take these moments like, all right, let's all catch our breath. There is no kind of catching your breath. There are moments between where it might seem like you've reached a checkpoint, but that doesn't exist in this game. We found what's really happening is there's a timer ticking down until the next horde arrives. So if we fucking get on our horse and go, we'll avoid that horde, or we'll be in the next checkpoint, not checkpoint, but there are these areas of no return where you go down a step that you can't get back up. Let's get down there and move along. Let's not fight them here, because if we just sit here, they'll just come infinitely.
Before I played with you, so I had played this game before you guys did, and I imagined myself telling you guys, hey, time is health. It doesn't seem like it, right? In most games, you clear out the area and that area becomes safe. In this game, even a very good player takes a little damage, from a horde or something.
Yeah.
So time is health. You have to keep moving. If you walk slowly, then you're losing your health. And what actually happened was I was slower than everyone. And I'm just walking, trying to keep up. And Kyle says my character's the same speed. I guess I don't know why. People were literally walking away from me while I was keeping up. Maybe one of my weapons or armor slows me down or something. I wonder if when you did the speed test, you used the same version of the guy that I did. I don't know. Or maybe I'm wrong. That could be true too. But I definitely struggled to keep up.
Yeah. You can get left behind, if you dawdle for a second and you don't notice that everybody else has decided to just move along. If they didn't say anything, it can be easy to get left behind. And that is no fun. That's no fun at all. If you look up and everybody, you can see the character's outline, this green outline through walls and stuff. It helps you keep track of your team. And you're like, oh no,
it's so far away.
You're just green specks. I thought I had a pixel dead, but that's you, huh? It's no good when that happens.
I was constantly
we've been trying to grind for those red weapons, and
no dice at all.
How many do you have?
None of us have any. Because even when you do what's very hard for us to do, you've only got a 5% chance each to get one out of your 3 crates that you then open. And it takes us about 20 minutes to clear a level on the hard difficulty on we've only beaten Legend a handful of times, maybe 3.
I have one. It's not a weapon though. It's a red amulet or something. It's one of the non-weapon. It's not the one you want your sword to be the red one. In my case, it's not that. It's something else.
Yeah. It's like a necklace.
Yeah.
Don't listen to me and do this, but I know obviously if you grind up in the salvage thing enough red things, you could create a red thing. But I don't know how much red currency or dust or magic goo you get from grinding that your one red necklace. Chances are you grind it up and you'd be like, all right, now you need 30 more and you can make a sword. And you'd be like, well, I kind of like that amulet.
Yeah, right. Also, it increases your hero power. The things you have is part of that calculation. So now all the other, what is the highest chest? A champion's chest?
Oh, it's Emperor's Vault or something like that. They're not chests anymore. They become vaults.
The one you get for leveling up. What is that?
Commendation chest. That's just kind of hey, have one of these.
Yeah,
you get better shit in there than
commendation chest is no joke. It's a good one, and I think it's where I got my red, but I'm not positive on that. In any case, what you get from those chests is based on your hero power. So having that red one suddenly made everything else come in a little better.
Yeah, it's a really fun game. It's gotten rather addictive for me and a few of the other guys over there in the Discord.
Maybe tonight's our night. Maybe we'll get a red. Maybe we'll all have
not
red
in this group. No. Maybe Kyle and his talented friends could get a red, but that's
we're
not how
tone it down tonight. We're gonna have some fun. That's what we're gonna do tonight.
I'll have you know I am serviceable.
We're gonna have some fun tonight. That's what we're gonna try to have. That's what we're trying to get.
We're gonna have a good time.
I think I'm gonna level up my dwarf. Maybe I'd enjoy the dwarf. He also has a range weapon on one of the levels, so maybe I'd enjoy having him.
The dwarf has some cool ranged weapons. He's got those dual pistols that are cool. He's got that big flamethrower that can be cool if you rank it up enough. One of the characters, it might be the witch hunter, I don't know, has a fully automatic pistol. That's pretty nutty.
I think it's a pain though. Like
it's like rotary barrels.
Yeah. I used that last game. Have you tried it?
I've seen it used on YouTube, but of course, when you watch someone on YouTube use it, they've got like the Uber version, and they've teched their character out to like make it as good as it can be. So.
The challenge is there's an animation that goes, I don't want to exaggerate, it might be 3 seconds, where he like you switch to your gun, you take it out, he starts spinning it, and then he puts it on. And you're like, well, the thing I intended to shoot is either dead already, or it's moved on, or sometimes
it's on top of you punching. I love the.
Or there's a vulnerable little like, the back of his neck has no armor, or whatever it is, and that a target is gone now.
I could have shot you 4 seconds ago.
Yeah.
But no, that's an eternity in this.
It's a cool fucking game. I like it a lot. It's very addictive. It's like Left 4 Dead, but infinitely better, which is only fair because it's like 15 years newer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm torn. Like as a guy who dabbles in it lately, like Left 4 Dead's kind of cool because you all come in, every character is exactly the same. You're all the same. Like it's equal. It's the only difference between them is
class system.
Okay, yeah. So in this, there's a class system, and not only that, but like if a new player who was very good had a new character, then he wouldn't be able to play with you, right? He can't.
Yeah, we tone it down for those guys. Yeah,
you would have to, right? So on Left 4 Dead, on the other hand. You just walk in and everyone can play.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Because it even locks them out. Like you have to have a combined hero power of X amount to like, maybe it's an average hero power to get into like the various difficulty levels. So we, if someone comes in with a level 1 character, I'll just switch to like a completely different character.
Something else.
We'll all play level 1s.
Let's assume Shroud is good in his first game. He's already good, right? Because he's Shroud. He wouldn't be good in this game. Because it would take him a while to have a reasonable character. But Left 4 Dead, Shroud could walk in and be the best in your party on his first try. Because
I like all very true. Up in the grind of leveling though. Like
I like the grind. I like the grind in every game. Yeah, I like because like right now one of the things that's making me I'm going to play right after this, and one of the reasons why is I really want to get that red weapon. I mean, like I said, if you guys jump on, we'll play like fucking veteran or champion or something like that, like something reasonable. Like there's no need to be trying to play legend. It's frustrating. No one will have fun. It's not fun.
Well, then let's do the fun option.
When we play legend, we're like, hey guys, you want to have a fun game of legend? It's like, all right, everybody's sober, right? I can't have anybody drinking.
How many times have you beat legend?
3.
Nobody's eating snacks while we're trying to play.
Yeah,
3.
I wonder. And so I've beaten legend much more than that, and I'm like, how carried was I? I thought I was a contributing member of that team, like it. And when I played Legend, I would, make sure not to be like the team fuck up, right? Try not to need to be picked up. Just do your job. Don't do jobs that aren't yours, and don't foul it up. But now I'm like, I wonder if I was like the retarded child they dragged along. I don't know.
I looked at a chart the other day, like how much XP the bosses have, like based on the difficulty level. And on Recruit, it's like 800 XP. And then by the time you get the Legend, it's like 8,000 XP. Oh, God. Like we'll just rain hell and...
Can you see your stats on a boss like that? Like, can I look up how many times I've beaten Legend? Or do you have to just go by memory?
Memory.
Oh.
Yeah. I don't think there's any stat for that.
Like, okay.
I don't think.
Yeah. All right.
There might be an achievement that they could use as a benchmark. Maybe if you got an achievement for beating, there's achievements that are based around that sort of thing. But it's not like it's keeping a counter per se. It'll be like beat every map on Legend is an achievement, I would say.
Right. Yeah, I could look at that.
We've been trying to play mostly the same maps over and over because we memorize like what to do. But even then, it's a nightmare. It's real hard. It's real hard.
Then we'll stick to veteran and have fun.
Oh, veteran will fucking destroy. Yeah, at this point, veteran's not a challenge at all.
You know what might be the tactic, Taylor? If I don't know if maybe you want to use your same character, but if I'm using the dwarf, who I think is not ranked up, which is weird because I feel like maybe when I reinstalled it, I lost something. I'm not sure, but anyway, if Kyle were to carry me in like champion, then I would rank up faster.
That's true.
I don't know if you get more XP for beating recruit or veteran than you do recruit. I think it's the same shit. It seems like collecting the books is the only way to get more XP.
We get all those books. If we play Screaming Bell, like we can get the books really, really quickly and efficiently. Screaming Bell is my favorite map. You don't even have a boss there. You've got a rat ogre at the end.
Do you run downhill to the exit?
Right near the end, you have to cut these chains off of a gargantuan bell, like as big as a house.
That one's easy.
Then you go down a hole, and after a rat ogre pops through that hole to give you an exit, and you just run for the exit.
Do you even have to kill the rat ogre?
No.
Is there any point to killing the rat ogre? I wouldn't think so.
You get loot die.
Oh, loot die, yeah.
Have you gotten into YouTubers who play in this game?
Yeah, there's a Dutch guy named Party Knife who is hard to fucking tolerate.
I remember,
but he's got the best information, and his videos are so high effort. I appreciate all he does, but that Dutch accent and his personality are grating.
There's a redheaded guy, if I recall correctly. I forget his name. It might start with a G. And he was not only very, very good, maybe the best, but he was tied in with the developers. Like every time he saw a bug or something, he'd take a note and pass it on to them. And I wonder if he's still making content.
Some of the people who I already watch because of Total War Warhammer 2, the RTS game, obviously they play this too because it's the same universe and, with the Skaven and everything. So some of them do it. Milk and Cookies, something for the win is a YouTuber who I like. And he does both. So I've watched some of his content, but Party Knife is who I go to for information because he'll have hour-long videos about minutia.
I tried to watch one. It was like the amount of math and spreadsheets he was using. It's like, dude, just tell me, just out loud say, use this weapon because XYZ. Just say that.
But he's so into it, he can't. Because he'd be like,
well, you shouldn't use the flail. Well, the flail's great because XYZ, but the armor piercing combo you get here is so good. So I did a deep dive on it, and it's like, just tell me. I don't want to watch the next 10 minutes.
Yeah, his video on push block angle is like 40 minutes long.
Oh, that sounds awful. I'd rather be worse at blocking.
You're not the target audience.
One thing I had to explain to my team last night, like the guys that have been playing with dozens of hours, they didn't realize that if you're holding block, you just can't. It blocks from 360 degrees. It's a sphere, a perfect sphere of blocking. You don't have to look at who's swinging at you.
Does blocking work when it doesn't work? Which is a dumb question, but like a rat ogre, for example, seems to bash right through it. Did it help a little?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. And obviously, and when you run out of stamina, which is represented by those shields on your screen, you can no longer push block, and so those are pretty important.
Does the block still work though when you run out of stamina?
Yeah, I think so. No, it wouldn't, would it? No, I don't think it will. I think you've got to continue to build that stamina up by swinging and pumping block.
Or waiting.
Yeah.
The armor dwarf with the shield seems like his stamina comes back almost immediately.
He's got like 7 stamina shields anyway. Like his whole like I've got 3. Like I got 3 little shields on my screen.
For like 40 seconds, which in this game is a long time to be taking a beating, and then you'll like be panicking and you'll look at his health and it's like 70.
The other thing we figured out, that map that we were playing where we died over and over, when that Minotaur comes out at the end.
Bastard, yeah.
We beat that so easy now. We figured that out. You don't fight the Minotaur. You don't have to. You just break those staffs of power that they're throwing down. You break either 3 or maybe 4, and the Minotaur drops fucking dead.
Oh, he just dies?
Yeah.
And you get the loot die anyway?
Yeah. Oh, I don't know if you get the loot die, but fuck that. Fuck fighting a Minotaur.
That is a lot easier than fighting the Minotaur. He was really giving us
he regenerates, and he's enormous. He's like this. He's the hardest boss in the game. Not boss, but like I don't know what you call those type characters.
Extra special.
Extra special. He is extra special. Like the Rat Ogre is the easiest, and then there's one guy who like has dual flamethrowers on his arms that shoot that green shit. And he's pretty easy.
What?
But the Chaos Spawn, that big pink googly cocksucker with the wavy arms, he's the hardest, except for maybe the Minotaur.
What's the map where you go from like farmhouse to farmhouse in the second half? You find yourself on the second floor of like a hay barn.
I remember that.
Oh, yeah.
If you're like,
you start off going through a hayfield, maybe like right at the very beginning.
Probably. I think you rescue a lot of prisoners in it.
Yeah, that's one of the first. Yeah. I remember that.
That's a medium difficulty map.
I enjoy that one.
That's the one that we tried Legend on like 8 times in a row, and just got out. Man, they just keep coming. Like, we fought our way through the hayfield, and we're all just on death's door, and we hop over the wall to the barn, and we're all expecting like
listeners. He's 15% through this thing on death's door. Like he's
not even that.
Oh no,
10% in.
We are 5% through. Maybe that's generous.
Dude, that's the first field you're talking about, right?
Yeah, we're making it the first field.
You get to like the initial houses.
1.8% way through that map.
We just started. Like if on any other difficulty,
it's like a 5-mile course.
Yeah, we've got a long way to go. We hop over the wall to the barn, and we're expecting health pots and ammunition, and
because that's where they are.
Like, and we look around the corner, and there's literally 8 Chaos Spawn walking in formation. Oh. No, the Chaos Knights, the big armored cocksuckers with the giant axes.
That's where
we quit.
I imagine I'm talking out of my depth here, but if you had the Wraith ability, like that's the big thing. The guru that I watched on YouTube was like, it's not really about how much damage you do, it's about how much damage you avoid. You know, it's the ability to live without getting hurt. And that Wraith.
But the thing is, like even if everybody else will be dead,
right?
You know, and then it's just you.
He plays solo a lot, and I think it might warp his perspective a touch. He beats these solo maps on Cataclysm, which for people listening, again, recruit, veteran, champion, legend, Cataclysm. Legend, the second hardest one, is the one that Kyle's talking about as being impossible to beat with 4 guys. He beats Cataclysm solo, and it's
does he do true solo, which is where you don't bring the bots?
Right.
Okay, so he has a quarter of the enemies to deal with.
Really?
Are you?
Yeah.
I'm not. Now I'm questioning it. I think. Did he kill the other people? Can you kill your team? He might kill them at the start.
I haven't bothered. I bring the AI with me because they can be helpful.
I think he kills the AI at the start of the match.
You can't team kill.
You
can on Cataclysm. It would be so hard. He'd have to use all of his ammo.
Yeah, because it's still
melees them. They don't fight back. Maybe
can't melee them.
Well, then I'm not sure. I could be wrong on this. But
you can set it up so that they don't come. You can just do that.
Maybe he's doing that and only getting a sure. But anyway, he's soloing Cataclysm, and to hear it sounds like, you guys probably don't know this game listening, but to hear it sounds super over the top impressive. But to see it, you're like, oh, I get it.
I do that.
He cheeses, right? Like he's in like God mode half the time with this Wraith power, walking through crowds of enemy that would hurt anyone else, and they ignore him. He gets behind him, //. Now his God power's back again, and he just does that. And I get it. You have to be flawless. You know, if they get you one time, you're doomed. Especially, I think the elf gets hurt faster. Like she has less
health,
or just less. She has less health. She has less blocking. She has less everything. It's sort of an agility class, but man, he makes it look good.
So we've all installed a few mods. It's very easy. We just download them from the workshop. And it literally takes 5 minutes to do, and it's just click this, click that, and you've got them. And some of them are rather helpful. Like one of them is a numeric user interface. So instead of just having a green bar of health, you've got a green bar of health with numbers on it. So you know, I've got 57 HP. I've got 46 HP, which can be helpful.
Sometimes it's nice to know whether you have 45 or 55, and they look similar. Yeah.
It'll show you. Mine shows me how much ammo all my teammates have and how much their health is and how much the things they might need or who's in the most need. I got a bunch of mods, like maybe a dozen. One of them shows me my ammo all the time, even when I've got my melee out, which I find very helpful because sometimes I would switch to my bow and it'd be like, oh no, you got no juice in the cannon. But the mods are super helpful, and some of them just do. One of them makes your weapons be covered in blood, and you decide how much blood you want on your weapons. It's just
neat.
Just makes it look cool.
Well, now you're talking. Now I'm interested. All that other shit.
All that other shit I don't really care about.
Just get the intro, things like that.
You just hold A. It doesn't bother me too much.
Yeah, but you never see it again.
The intro? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So does everyone need that? How does that work?
No, you don't need it. It's client based. You just
how do you skip the intro?
Oh, it's the intro
to
the game when you load the game up.
Oh, okay. Every raid, people listening has an intro as well. I thought he was skipping that.
Yeah. You could probably skip that too, but I haven't. I like those. I like when he gives you that little talking to. Burble Spew Hailscorg has set up shop down by the Shire.
Here's where I hate it.
A poxy of rot bloods doing his bidding, and that's none too good.
All right, imagine that. And then, whatever, you try it, 4 minutes later, you're dead. Hoggle Splot guy is done too good. And you're like, I know. And then a third time, and a fourth time, and the 9th time you're trying this, you're like, shut up. I want at him again. Put me back in, coach. I'm trying to beat this kid. And you're giving me your Haggle Sroggle Smock spiel every time.
Haggle Spew Hail Scourge.
I don't know. It makes it's like a punishment to me to have to listen to. Now, the first time, tell me the lore. I want to know. Or even the first time today. But the 4th, 9th time in a row, that's why everyone's getting grumpy.
That's not why everyone's getting grumpy.
It's a contributing force. I'm sticking with that.
It might help. We've gotten grumpy. Everybody, we've all gotten real upset before. Not at any one person, though. Like that's one thing. We don't get mad at each other because I feel like we're all doing a good job anyway. It's not like, why did you do that? It's like, why is the game this way?
That I feel like co-op games are good that way. It's one of the fun aspects of co-op games. Even if I feel like everyone's giving their best. Everyone has the team in mind. Everyone, we're all on the same mission, their same goal, I'll say. It creates a more fun dynamic to me. Even if one guy fouls up or something, it's not hard to be like,
oh, we're all cheering for. If we're all dead and there's one guy left, we're all cheering for him.
Yeah,
it was just me left last night, and one of the guys is like live casting my gameplay.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, we don't know how he got to this tournament. He doesn't have a team behind him. He doesn't even have a coach, and he doesn't really have much of an idea what he's doing right now. He's going back into the market. Yes, back into the market with a full horde behind him. I've never seen this before. Okay, he's invisible now. He's invisible. That is ill-advised. Leave me alone. They're all after me.
Am I making bad moves? Second guessing yourself.
Yeah.
Oh, a thing happened. I guess the Patreon hit the animation level. Now we have to hire an animator and do clips or something. I don't know where to fucking start. My Twitch chat said to interview people from Fiverr.
That's hilarious.
I think maybe we thought this would never happen.
I'm down. This is no big deal.
Oh, well, you're in charge. Okay.
Not free of charge, but
you're in charge, I said.
I'm in charge. I'm in charge of the cum. All right, I'm on cum duties over here.
No, I'd like to be also very involved on the cum duty.
You could be taste tester.
Cum contacts.
Your cum contacts. I want to get into retail distribution.
I have been doing a lot of self-experimentation. I've added five new compounds. I'm taking a double handful of pills every day.
Somebody wrote me on Reddit with cum advice. Now, I don't mean, I'm sure Kyle's a subject matter expert, but hang in there. I'm opening the message.
I almost want to go get my bottles of pills so I can hold them up each time you read one off that he might suggest.
So actually, more than one person has written me about cum.
Same here. Yeah.
I was listening to the most recent episode where you guys were discussing building a load-increasing supplement. I'm a biology major in my final year of college. If you guys need help with the science behind figuring out a formula, I might be able to assist you, as well as finding good additives and fillers to make unique products. Shoot me a DM. Another guy. This is a good idea. Seriously, I have some information that can help bring this idea to fruition. I'm graduating from NC State this semester with a bachelor's in biology, concentrating in human bio. I'm pre-med. He goes on, he talks about how the FDA doesn't really regulate this kind of thing, and oftentimes they don't even have what's in them, but that's not our goal. Who else wrote? This guy says we need an enzyme that improves flavor, and it's called bromelain. Anyway, so I've had 3 people write me with cum advice.
Okay, that's actually I've been looking into the flavoring already, but I'll add that to the list. So I'll
get you. I
talked to Derek a lot about this. He's going to be able to facilitate almost everything. He just wants to know, what I want in it, and then he had some suggestions of his own, which I actually added to what I'm already doing. I won't go into it, but it's a bunch of pills I'm taking. I'm going to see what works. And then I'm going to talk to him about what he thinks we could add. And then I think he'll be able to facilitate everything. I think he'll be able to make a product. I messaged him earlier. I'm like, yeah, I'm ready to move forward with this thing. Just let me know what you need from me.
I wonder how, because it would be a cocktail of pills.
It'll either be
pouch or something.
It'll either have to be pouches of pills or multiple bottles of pills all under the same brand label.
Wouldn't it be nice?
Like a box.
Why can't it be one pill, or maybe one pill that you take 4 of?
Because the pill would be this big.
So I considered that. That's where the take 4 of thing came in, right? Like, a dosage on this is 4. Like when you take Motrin, you probably take between 2 and 4, so that you don't take a milk.
It'd be more expensive to source manufacturing for something like that, because then you'd.
Whatever Derek says is the cheapest and the best way to do it. For all I know, combining selenium with L-arginine creates a poison.
Right.
If you compress them together and leave them in a bottle for 6 months.
Okay, guys, hear me. The bottle is safe, but it's a bit of a bomb when you put your stomach acid on it.
Yeah, exactly. like for all I know, combining those ingredients together into a compressed pill and then letting that sit on a shelf for 2 years has created something we don't want.
Guys, hear me out. Your loads are going to be enormous, but your breath is like mustard gas. So you're weaponized. So one of the guys in the 50 patron was watching us play the other day, and we were talking about jizz, as we do every night now. And he was like, "Yeah, my girlfriend says mine burns. She won't let me come inside her because it burns, except on my birthday." And then she's like, "Just do whatever you want." And we were discussing what could make his cum burn.
A depressing relationship.
A very depressing relationship. And I think that maybe she's allergic to his cum. They need to get that worked out.
Well, I'm excited for the lock and load pill. I've been thinking of ideas for packaging and all of that.
My initial thought was like, oh yeah, we'll whip up a web store or something. And it's like, no, this should be on Amazon Prime. People should we should ship the product there. It will sit on their warehouse, sit on the shelves.
The best way to do it,
Seller Central account.
Yeah, I think it could be on Amazon, but I think the best way to do it is just do it straight through Derek's website as well. Like put it on there and let him. I mean, we could design the packaging, but I think he can do everything. I think like this is what he already does. He's got 3 different pre-workouts and 2 or 3 nootropics and a sleep aid and a bunch of other stuff. He's done a bunch of this.
I'm happy for it to be there. Yeah, we do have to follow through with this. But I feel like if it's on Amazon Prime, then it can be bigger than the show. Whereas if it's
on Amazon Prime.
Oh no, we could list it both places. Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah, it's just a link.
Taylor's eventually going to get it on CVS and Rite Aid shelves.
That'd be nice.
Can you imagine?
Yes, I can imagine. Look, Harley got his dumbass jerky on Walmart shelves. We can get our dumbass lock and load there too.
I'm in the jizz biz.
I go in with a porn star mustache and beatnik glasses. I'm in the jizz biz. Get the hell out of my office.
Guys, I feel it. I got 1 more million in me. This is going to be it. We're all going to make our million off this.
Do you know how hard it would be? I'm just imagining right now, if let's say this takes off on Amazon or something, and we make a case, I make us a little PowerPoint or whatever, and I get an appointment through some context or something with CVS supplement, the buyer for the supplement section, or the buyer for health and beauty, or whatever it would be. And I have to, and of course it's going to be a woman, and I have to go in there and make a case that they need to provide shelving for a cum increasing supplement. That would be the, if
it'd be the peak of your career, Taylor. You wondered what.
That would be my Moby Dick of sale. If they're like, my God, you've done it. We're putting it full distribution. If we got full distribution on any item in CVS, with the amount of overhead this is going to take, we can all quit the show.
I'm
joking. Of course.
There's no limit to how big we can create. Look, there's advertising where you just tell people about your product, and then there's marketing where you create the desire. People didn't even know they wanted this until we came along.
True. We've cornered the market. No one else is, and maybe for good reason, has decided to pursue this. But I mean, we should do it. We got a built-in group of people who've already expressed interest in it. It's hilarious. And it's interesting enough that like other people will talk about it. Like there will be some post on Reddit that gets attention, or like a Twitter thread, or like there's so much potential.
Yeah, we want advertising on porn websites. That's where we want our advertising.
Oh yeah. I was thinking about that. Literally was thinking about
maybe that. Just for the walls.
No. Our faces just right there.
Oh God.
Yeah.
I was thinking about that. And I was like I was driving
with just ropes in the foreground.
And I was like, I really hope Kyle and Woody aren't set on like having their faces on this product, because no man is going to buy a cum.
You absolutely have to have your face on the product.
Well, all three of our faces on the front.
Kyle and I discussed it. We want your face on it. Taylor, you're the face of this product.
We'll have a pamphlet with your face on it that'll fold out a few times.
That's honestly hilarious. See, we can make as big a joke as we want, and that's great.
I don't think that's really going to cut into the overhead if we have a spreadsheet of your skull on the back. But look, I don't think it's going to be that big of a deal. I think some people are going to want it, some people aren't. A bunch of people have messaged me wanting to pre-order it, and everybody keeps asking me.
Sky's the limit.
But I just think it's funny. We talked about it on the show, so we should do it, and it seems easy to facilitate the whole thing, and it really does work. Like my loads are gargantuan.
Really, you guys are going to be surprised. This shit does work. And I'm looking forward to like little passages on the back of the bottle where it's like about the product or like how it was invented, like just making that the most retarded shit. just the dumbest. Like talking about the history of it, like making it up.
Oh, like man.
Proud company since 19.
Not put any lies on our product.
It'll all be in the bottom too. Like this is not actually a product from 1903. I'm kidding.
It's the dawn of man.
Since the dawn of man.
We should put
dreamed of loads.
Like lock and load since 2021, as if that were a long time. Some old timey font, have it since some weathering on it.
Ye old ejaculate increase.
Ye old. That's beautiful.
People have used these supplements since the Civil War, and it's like we just like
Trump versus Biden.
For people who are dead, like Florence Nightingale first used the product.
No, I'm really not down with anything untrue. These need to be actual testimonials.
I'm being totally facetious about all that. Like I know you can't. Can you imagine how we don't want the National Advertising Division of the FDA coming after us? That would be a huge ordeal. We don't want that. So we'll be honest about everything. But the person who told that to you was right, Woody. The FDA doesn't give two fucks about supplements. Like they don't.
You can do whatever you want.
Right.
All you have to do is like stability testing to make sure that it's still what you say it is after 8, 10, 12 months on the shelf.
What's crucial is that we have happy customers. Like
we
need a little word of mouth spread. Everyone's going to buy it at some point. This is going to be fun.
Yeah.
It's a good idea.
I messaged him a couple hours ago. I'm sure he'll get back to me either tonight or tomorrow. And, we'll move forward with the thing. I don't know how long it'll take, but it's going to be in his hands, So
Men with normal size loads will be viewed as second-class members of this society. At some point, if you're not on some ejaculate increasing supplement, then women are going to be like... really?
Falling by the wayside.
This is what a normal ejaculate looks like.
Ejaculate.
Yeah. The guys who
time passed you by, old man.
Girls are going to be like, what the fuck? A teaspoon? I'm a tablespoon kind of woman. It's like, yeah.
Wow, I thought I did a better job than that. This is the last time we're fucking.
Right?
This could be you. Yeah, that's
could be you.
This could be you. Well, the woman just covered in Elmer's glue.
Oh, can we have a pre-roll ad? How much is that
dude,
cost?
pre-roll ads? So basically, YouTube has a thing built in. So you know how after 5 seconds you can skip?
Mm-hmm.
If they skip, you're not charged for that impression. And so basically the smart thing that a lot of people are doing now is you get your entire message across in the first 5 seconds. So that but you're,
they're not charged at all. I thought they would charge less.
What bigger loads? Click here. Buy now. Buy now. Big loads. Dude.
Something like that.
I thought they just paid less if they didn't watch the pre-roll.
I'm sure it's different in all sorts of circumstances, but I've worked with people.
Do something with Old
consistently
Faithful?
that you get it for free.
Can we go to Yellowstone and get some footage with Old Faithful and some strippers and it erupting behind them?
Dude, I want to do Dick Masterson appearances on morning talk shows and shit, right? Shave my head, put on some sunglasses, act like I'm a real ejaculate enthusiast, and just tell my story.
I love this.
I will go on whatever morning show. Throw me out there. I'll do it. I don't care. I've done the Dick show times. You guys should. It's fun.
Well, first I think we should try to figure out how to get this in a bottle and figure out how that's going to fucking work. Because
it's probably because of the amount of pills. It's probably going to be easier to do a day-by-day pouch system that goes in a monthly subscription box as opposed to multiple Boston Round bottles.
I think so too, but even the pouch would be rather large. Look, I'm gonna have to narrow it down. I just added 3 more things. I'm gonna see if those help at all. I've been keeping precise measurements.
Send us the proprietary lists he's given you so we can do our own A/B testing. Woody and I.
I have not been sent a proprietary list. I have made my own proprietary list. Proprietary. And he added one thing that he told me that his friends had told him worked.
I hope the listeners appreciate your ejaculating into graduated cylinders on a daily basis.
They don't. But that's
for me, life hasn't changed. I come to the first meeting and it's like, Taylor, you've got 3 years of vlogs. Yeah.
I'm thorough.
Yeah.
I've got 3 years of samples.
Yeah.
The hardest part was really all the taste testing.
Yeah.
It turns out celery doesn't work.
I'm excited for this. This is going to be fun.
Yeah, I think it'll be funny.
Mm-hmm.
I'm excited for this animation that we now have to do. We should. I think we could. I don't think it'll be all that expensive. We just need to find somebody that does basic animation. And I don't know what we're supposed to do exactly. Are we talking about a quick video or a 4-hour video or what?
Oh no, I interpreted it as maybe grab a highlight, have it animated, and
yeah, that'll be fun.
Yeah, see where that goes.
There's a million highlights on the clip channels now,
right? We could just pick some of the better ones and animate them.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta tell the boys to tone down their call outs if you guys are gonna stream Vermintide. We've come up with some names for some of the specials.
So
they're not Twitch friendly names, are they?
No, they're not.
We're gonna need you to calm that down. Twitch does not.
No, they're not. They also don't take kindly to saying bad things about other streamers, which might be a problem as well.
Well, we'll be jumping in to shut you down. I don't even know who you're talking about.
Yeah, I don't know who it could be either.
I'll tell you after this show.
I am curious. All right. You want to call it a wrap there?
Yeah.
My dinner's ready.
Lock and load is incoming. It's kind of out of my hands at this point. All over my feet though, and
don't even talk about the living room floor.
Oh, it's ruined. The walls, the ceiling, the park.
People are like, Kyle, why not hardwoods? Why linoleum everywhere? It's like, well, we're doing testing.
So yeah, that is going to happen as quickly as Derek can make it happen at this point.
Hell yeah.
And yeah, we'll get on that animation thing. Well, if anybody knows a cheap animator, we'd like to hear about that. But yeah, fiber might actually work. And if none of that works, I'm sure. Oh, Kitty knows somebody. I think She did some animation for. They made some animated commercials like years ago for like paintball fields. Like it was a video that you would watch for like kids when they first, if they'd never played paintball, and it was a bunch of cartoons teaching you not to shoot yourself in the eye.
Oh, I might have watched that.
Yeah.
Let's get the PSA guy.
Yeah, maybe not. I mean, he might be dead by now. It's been like 8 years, but you know, we'll figure something out as far as that goes. It's been a rough 8 years.
It's been a rough 8 years. I'm only 22, but Christ.
All right. PKN 322.